Welcome back to episode 14 of Rush Routes. My name's Kyle, and in today's episode we're going to be going over and discussing the map Carbon. For those of you that may be new to my channel and new to this series, essentially what Rush Routes is, it's a search and destroy guide in which I show you guys the most basic rushing routes on each individual map in Modern Warfare 3, basically because you really have to take the general routes and make them your own, because honestly, I could sit here, I could break down every single route I run every single game, but I'm not always going to encounter an enemy on every single route I run every game. So it's all about you taking these routes, you learning when to throw a stun, when to throw a grenade or C4 depending on your equipment choice. But it's really all about you and perfecting that route so it benefits you as most as possible when playing Search and Destroy. So if you guys have any questions or anything you'd like to add about this map, you can leave that in the comment section as well. And also, before you request another map for the series, just take a look in the show. There might be all the episodes that you want to see are probably already done. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into this episode and talk about it. So let's kick this video off with an overview of Carbon. As you guys can notice, it is a fairly medium-sized map. There's a lot of different kind of buildings and a lot of different nooks and crannies. So most of your gunfights are really going to be encountered inside just because people feel more comfortable sitting inside a building rather than running out in the open. So I would definitely recommend a shotgun or an SMG on this map, so that way when you get in those close quarter engagements, it's just an easier gunfight for you to win. Also, check the corners on this map because people love to camp. So let's take a look at the bombs on Carbon. As you guys can notice that the A bomb is more open just because it's actually outside, whereas the B bomb is actually inside a building. So usually I would recommend planting B on this map just because there's a few different vantage points in which you can run outside and you can just aim down and look into the door and just pick up a kill as someone's attempting to defuse the bomb. So now that is all done and over with, we can actually move into the routes in this episode. As you guys can notice, a lot of these routes are my own, and I'm using a shotgun for the very first few. I actually like to, on this offensive one, I really want to run directly into this building and try and pick up anybody that's coming towards the bomb over here. As you can notice, someone tried to knife me, and I picked up an easy shotgun kill. With this offensive rush, I really want to try and get as far left as possible so I can try and cut off anybody running up through this alleyway to flank my team. As you guys can notice, I'm using a shotgun, so I don't really have the range that I need to get the kill, so I end up throwing my C4 out there and picking up the kill. With this defensive rush, I really want to get in the middle of the map and use the concrete blocks as cover, so that way I can try and pick up kills if anybody is trying to run to either of the buildings. More than likely, they're going to run towards the B area just because that's where the bomb is. This offensive rush is actually ran by a good friend of mine by the name of Deathbringer. His link will be in the description. Just a big thank you for this route. Actually, you use this one when you're trying to rush A. What you do is you throw the stun in, you run in as quick as possible. You can check the middle of the map before you decide to proceed to A, just so you don't get shot in the back. With this defensive rush, his whole idea is to try and get in the enemy spawn and flank behind them, because a lot of people really like to sit in this building, and the best way to kill them is to come in through one of the exits that they don't notice you're coming in, come in through and just shoot them in the back and pick up an easy kill. As you guys can notice, in this room right here, a bunch of people like to group up, and over around this general area, you can easily get 2 to 3 kills. This route right here is by another SnD Elite member by the name of Fidelis. Thanks again for allowing me to use this route. Basically, what he's going to do is just hit up the middle of the map and try and block off anybody coming on the left side. He ends up picking up 2 very easy kills, coming back and just using this concrete block, like I said, as cover and picking up another easy kill. So that has been episode 14 of Rush Routes on Carbon. Before I close out this video, I just want to do a quick recap of the map. Like I said, there's tons of buildings on this map, so people are always going to sit in them. So the best thing for you guys to do is run the SMGs, run the shotguns, run stuff that you can get easy kills with in close encounters. Also, when trying to come in these buildings, don't always use the main doors because people will sit and watch them. So just run around, use an alternate exit, and just get a flank on. That's your best way to kill some of the campers on this map. Hopefully you guys enjoy this episode, and if you have any suggestions towards the series or a next map I should do for it, you can leave that in the comment section. Also, if I missed anything about the map, you can leave that too down in the comment section so more people will know about it. Anyway, thanks.